The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericaempowerment.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope that you've had a beautiful week and an amazing year. And I'm really honored to have you joining us as we're looking back at 2014 and we're looking forward at 2015 and taking a moment to really pause and celebrate and ring in the new year together. So I'm really happy and excited, and it means a lot to me that you're joining with us today as we're taking a moment to pause and do that, because we can just charge ahead in life, move on to the next year. And I think it's important to pause, listen, reflect, and purposely choose how we want to step forward into 2015. What is it that we want to keep bringing forward or start bringing forward? And what is it that we can perhaps leave behind? It has served its purpose, and it's time to release that and create space for new. So it's a really great opportunity when we're coming to a change from one year to the next to really do that and evaluate. And I'm honored to have one of my great friends, Teri Hockett. Teri, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm just beyond excited to close out 2014 and really step into everything that's going to be happening in 2015.
Me too. Thank you. I'm underlining that. I was nodding for those of you who couldn't hear that. Yes. So, Teri, I'm really excited to have you joining us as we're really taking this moment to reflect on 2014 and really step powerfully into 2015. So thank you for being here with me today. And there's also something else about Teri that you're going to be hearing. She's actually one of our sponsors for the show, really making it possible so that we can bring it to you, bring it forward, and really impact your lives. And so, Teri, I just want to take a moment and thank you for that on behalf of myself and the listeners in Voice America.
I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to just support you in what you're doing, and I so believe in everything that you have put forth this year and the opportunities that you have opened up for everybody, and I'm so excited that we get to share and talk about that. So it was a definite yes. There was no hesitation.
Thank you. Thank you. So I really invite you listeners to listen to her amazing commercial that she's put together. Really, really beautiful. Lean into the opportunities you have to get to know Teri and the work that she does and the beautiful heart that she has for really bringing clarity and empowerment and really helping you step fully into all that you're called to be in a really practical profound way. So I love the work that you do as well, Teri. So welcome.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to take a moment to reflect on a concept. As we're looking back at 2014, we're looking ahead at 2015, and I call it the full plate syndrome or concept. Mm-hmm. And we have this tendency in our life to keep adding things onto a plate, of our energy, of the time that we have in the day. We all have the same 24 hours. And our tendency is to just keep adding things onto that plate. And like those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, you keep scooting stuff to the side and just fitting a little more food on the plate, or there can be a tendency. I'm not saying anyone listening does that, but we can have a tendency to just keep piling things on this obligation, this commitment, this thing that we want to do. We want to do this too. We've been doing that. We're supposed to do this. Let's do this too. I think I can squeeze this in over here. And the plate starts getting heavy and we feel that weight and we can start to get drained of all the things we've committed to doing. And inevitably what happens is eventually you reach the capacity of what that plate can hold and something can roll off. And then when that happens, we get on our case. We can't believe we dropped the ball there. That happened. I can't believe I'm not like that. Why did I forget that? Why did that happen? How did I miss that? And you try to stuff it back on the plate and you have a lot of shame or judgment on yourself when something like that happens. And what I would invite you to do instead is to actually recognize the plate's full. That's an indicator that the plate's full. And you have a choice when you realize that to choose what you take off, because you actually can't stuff more on the plate. And if you're looking at stepping into 2015 in a powerful way, I want you to choose what you're going to take off your plate to create space for the new. And in fact, here's a tip that I would invite you to do is actually not completely fill the plate. Maybe leave some space in there for new opportunities, new things, maybe just to breathe and have downtime in 2015 so that when new opportunities come up, new expansion happens, you actually have room for that on your plate. And be aware whenever something drops off the plate, that's a good information. That's an indicator. I need to reevaluate because that plate's full again. So now, what am I choosing to keep on the plate? What am I choosing to remove from the plate? Because something's going to come off, and I'd rather you purposely choose that. And so this is a moment I thought as we're looking forward in 2015 to take a moment and breathe into that and really see, is there something that is no longer serving? Is there something you want to clear off that plate? And then, is there something you want to put on the plate using some of that space but not all? Because I find most of us have pretty full plates. So for those of you who are driving, please keep both hands on the wheel. Be safe, focused, alert, especially during a holiday. For those of you who are able to, I encourage you to sit back in your chair, feel the back of that chair supporting you. Breathe in deeply, opening up your shoulders, your lungs, your mind, your breath. And place one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, feeling them connect. Take a deep breath again. Close your eyes. Kind of sink into that breath and really see the wisdom you have within in your mind, body, heart, and soul. As you're thinking about your plate, your time, your energy, resources, things that you are doing that have been placed on your plate or perhaps you have put on the plate, and just kind of look at them. Without judgment, without anything more than kind of curiosity and awareness. What have I got on my plate? Just kind of look, feel. Pay attention to how your plate feels. If it feels really heavy, that's also another indicator that something needs to come off. And see, is there something that needs to come off that plate? Just kind of take note of that. And for those of you who are ready, I invite you to actually take it off your plate. Give you full permission. Breathe that in. And now with that space that we've created, cut it in half. And what do you want to put in that new space you've created, that half space? Because we're keeping some open for things that are going to be coming your way in 2015. And what is it that you want to add in? Add onto your plate. Sometimes we can struggle with New Year's resolutions because instead of taking something off our plate to make room, We just kept adding more on. So really look at, what is it? One thing, two things that you're going to add onto your plate and step into in 2015. Just breathe that in. Look at your plate again. Test the weight. See if there's anything else perhaps that you want to take off that's no longer serving you and where you're going and what you're looking to do in your life. And if you find something else, I invite you to lovingly set it to the side, thank it for how it has served up till now, and then release it. And with that, Teri, I didn't know if you had something that came to your heart and mind that you wanted to share, either something that you took off or that you were placing on, or an insight or aha that came to you.
You know, we are so on the same wavelength, and always at the end of every year, I take a look at everything and, take off events or ongoing things that no longer serve my purpose. And I posted this quote out today, and it says, "Energy flows where intention goes." And it's so important to know what your intentions are. And as a transitional career strategist, there's so many times we just kind of let life happen to us. We don't know the rules. We don't know the end game. And therefore we're like, oh, that sounds fun, and this sounds good. Let's go over and do this. And if you ever get into some space where you said yes to something and then you're trying to find every reason to get out of it, you're like, oh, it sounded like fun at that time, or you get there and you're like, oh, I just want to go home. It's because it's not your purpose. It's not your passion, or it's not serving your intention. Pay attention to that and try to, before you say yes next time, know exactly what it is that you want to get out of that year, that life, that career, and be able to say no, because it's a complete sentence. Because so many times as women, we're saying yes way too often, and then we feel out of balance. And if you feel like, oh, I'm busy, I'm so busy, I couldn't take on one more thing, I'm so busy, then start taking off what you're doing, because if you're so busy that you're not focusing on what you want to do, you will never be in balance.
Exactly. Thank you. As you were sharing, I found myself nodding because it is so true. We can just rush along in life and not pause and not listen, and let a lot of others put obligations onto us or suggestions that may or may not lead us where we want to go or where we're called to go. And it's so important to protect ourselves, to protect our vision, our direction. And you're absolutely right, Teri. We have to have that clarity. Really, where is it that we're going? What is it that we're trying to achieve? And that makes it a lot easier to know what to say yes or no to. And it was funny for me, I was really remembering to pause, because I can rush along. I love to fill space and calendars and plan, and it's really, really fun for me. But what I can get stuck or held back in is feeling bad if I'm trying to take on a little more than I should, and I do need to take something off my plate. And really letting go of that is actually really serving my purpose and my people by being willing to take those things off my plate. And the other thing is willing to ruffle a couple feathers, that sometimes I may make decisions and moving forward in a direction that can ruffle someone's feathers. It can disappoint them because they liked me behaving in a certain way or interacting with them in a certain way in life. But when it comes to a point where it's actually holding back what I'm called to bring forward, that's when it's no longer serving, and being willing to take those steps and have those conversations. So with that, we're getting ready to go into our first commercial break. We'll look forward to talking to you when we come back, but I really encourage you during this break, take a moment to look at your plate and evaluate. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
It's
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Teri Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Teri helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Teri at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Build your better business. Achieve that goal. Make good on that resolution. The Voice America Empowerment Channel. It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're enjoying the New Year's Eve. It's funny, behind the scenes, Teri and I were talking a little bit, and we're like, yeah, I think we're ready for the champagne and the toast, but we just have a few more things to do before we get to that point, including talking with all of you, which is actually really joyful and a celebration. And so we're really excited to be doing that. But I hope that during the break, you had the opportunity to reflect a little bit on your plate and what's on it and what's really going to serve you. Because I so want you to step forward powerfully into 2015, really bringing forward those things that are going to serve you, that you have clarity on where you're going and what you're looking forward to achieving, and that you're willing to take some of those things off your plate that are not serving where you're called to go. So let me do a more formal introduction of Teri. So Teri Hockett is the CEO of What's for Work. She is a transitional career strategist, which she mentioned earlier, so we'll dig into that a little bit. A national speaker, soon to be international speaker, in my opinion. And you really help women identify their unique value in today's society and really stepping into that with confidence, their own personal branding, being able to navigate through the marketplace effectively, and really stepping into their employed by life skills that sometimes, especially if you've opted out for a period of time, you may not know how to really value those and step into them as powerfully as you can. And that's one of the things that Teri is really an expert in helping you do that. So you're really seen, heard, valued, and understood by the marketplace. So Teri, I officially welcome you to the show.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, I want to ask you my favorite question first, if that is okay with you, Teri.
By all means.
Why is this work so important to you? Why is it that you have such a passion for helping your clients navigate and transition in a way where they're stepping into their value more powerfully?
There's so many. To start with, it is my story. I had a great career. I was a recruiter and outplacement specialist, and I stepped out of the workplace to raise my daughters, and I had an amazing opportunity to do that with my husband being an entrepreneur and being successful enough that it allowed me that opportunity to make that choice. And I thought with my background, it'll be okay to go back whenever I'm ready. And it was demoralizing and demeaning as you're sending resume after resume into the black hole of the Internet, wondering, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody want to even interview me? Well, I'm not relevant anymore. And I started talking to my other girlfriends and other mothers around, and they were all feeling the same way. They just felt like they were being devalued for doing what you were put on earth to do. And although not everybody chooses to be a mother, we do need to have the future generation. So we need to protect that and value that in society. And so even though we step out for a period of time, it doesn't mean we're not relevant. In fact, when you hire a woman that's returning to the workforce, she's going to roll up her sleeves and get the job done. If the trash needs to go out, if a marketing copy needs to go, she's going to be your best brand ambassador. And I just felt like I needed to be a voice for that because all my life set me up to do it. And as I stepped more and more into this, I started working more with women entrepreneurs and understanding that they were getting business coaching and, how to get visibility and branding and all of that, but they didn't have an overall career strategy, that they have to have career management as well, because we all want to end the game, retire into that, what we consider our golden years, and not have it tarnished with not having the right retirement, the amount of money, where we want to live. We have goals and dreams, and we have to put that into play. So it goes along with what you were saying earlier about setting intentions and taking things off your plate. If you know where you're going, what your end game is, overall, how you want your golden years to be, it's easier to say yes and no to things that serve you and don't serve you so that you don't have a full plate.
Exactly. Thank you. And just to give the listeners a perspective on this, how many years did you opt out?
16 years.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a while. And I have fun talking to people about that because they've been out for a couple of years and they're like, it's just horrible. And I'm like, I understand. So I've been there. I've walked the walk.
Well, exactly. And I just wanted our listeners to know that you really know what it's like to be out of that world, in a sense, for so many years and then trying to transition and make sense of it. And there's so much that happens in the marketplace every 3 to 5 years anyway. And so you went through 3 of those cycles, in a sense, to 4, as you were looking at transitioning back in. And so I just wanted our listeners to understand that you have walked both of those sides and now have been able to navigate so powerfully and well that you have stepped into a place of leadership, really helping others navigate that path in your career and helping them step forward in a really powerful and effective way.
Oh, thank you so much. It's the opportunity to live what we've all done. And this comes with that employed by life. It's everything in my life, from being raised by 2 entrepreneurs up through marrying an entrepreneur, set me up to do what I'm doing today. And I feel once you step into what you are meant to do, it's almost like this voice is coming through me. And it's like they say, if you do what you love, you're never going to work a day in your life. Mm-hmm. I get up every day and just wonder, okay, what's next? And if not now, when? If not me, who? And those are just great ways to, when you have that phone call that you have to make and you're not quite sure how it's going to go, the answer is no if you don't pick up the call.
Yep. You guaranteed.
Guaranteed. They're not going to call you. So just get out and do it.
Thank you. Exactly. And then, Teri, I know that this has been a really big year for you, 2014. And I didn't know if there was something you wanted to highlight or share.
Wow. In one word, it's going to be visibility and what that does for people. I had a wonderful opportunity to speak at the Oregon Women's Conference on the same stage, not at the same time, but on the same stage as Lisa Nichols. Mm-hmm. That was just a phenomenal visibility growth opportunity for me and positioning. And meeting an amazing group of people, a dream team that I consider, and we're putting together this event in the first quarter of 2015. It's your turn, and just meeting with them and elevating, again, what we're doing and bringing on other amazing super connectors. The other day I got to speak on the TEDx stage. Now, it was only for a minute, but it was 1 minute on a TEDx stage, and that kind of sparked again that little dream of, I have a message and I need to get it out there, and I can't be afraid. And I just love encouraging other women and inspiring them to give themselves permission. Nobody can give you permission. You need to take it and step into what you believe your right is, because it's not going to, they're not knocking on your door. You have to go after it.
Thank you. And do you mind just giving us a quick snapshot of this It's Your Turn? I know that you're on the leadership team of that, and I just, because I think it's such a beautiful vision, and I'm part of it, and I'm really excited to be part of it, but I would love if maybe in just a minute you could kind of share what that's about.
Certainly. So this is all about visibility in 2015. Women entrepreneurs are ready to take the world by storm. To do that, we need what I consider collaborative leverage. And I love that combination of words because it's us working together. You know, there's lifting as we're climbing, but also bringing all the resources in. So this dream team of 6 women got together and said, let's be of service. Let's bring super connectors, vetted resources, opportunities all into a room and help other women along the way so that they don't have to try to figure it all out on their own. So the sponsors are all getting together at Shell Beach in January, and we have 30 of us there that are really starting to amp it up and leverage. When the Dream Team got together, we had a reach of 8.3 million on social media. When we started adding in the sponsors, we went up to 28.7 as of yesterday, and it's going to continue to grow. We're taking all of those hardcore statistics and making sure that each person understands how their reach has increased while they get on board. And so it's about really just helping other entrepreneurs get that visibility. So in that room, there'll be people like yourself. Thank you so much for being one of our VIP sponsors. Mm-hmm. And talking about opportunities. What is it like to be on the radio? We've got television people. We've got virtual magazines, blog talks, video podcasting. So all types of visibility, getting your message out there. What does that entail? So that's what we're putting all in the room.
Thank you. So I just want to underline that for a moment. And part of the reason I said yes, and I was so honored to be invited and considered to be a sponsor and a VIP sponsor, is because what they're doing is bringing together women in a collaborative way, and we lift each other up. And when we help each other shine and we highlight special things about each other, we shine too. And it really takes a collaborative effort of joining together to make some of the global changes that we're looking to make. And that's why it really pulled at my heart. And I was really excited to be a part of it, Teri, as your dream team was putting this opportunity together. And it's really neat to see the numbers growing and more women saying, yes, I want to have a global impact. I want to make a shift. I want to highlight others. I want to lift as I climb. I want to be a part of that. And listeners, as we're going to our next break here, I invite you to kind of think about that. Is there a way in your life that you can lift up someone near you? Because it's life by life, heart by heart, that we can make a really big difference. Sometimes it's calling up, telling someone how they've impacted your life in a positive way, encouraging them, sharing about what this person did that was amazing with another one of your friends. Don't keep the amazing people you have in your life a secret. Really find a way to connect them, to share, and really expand your reach and make the world a warmer, more supportive and collaborative place, one heart, one life at a time. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
We're on Facebook along with some of the greatest minds of the world. And that includes you. Visit us on Facebook at Voice America Empowerment.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Teri Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Teri helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Teri at whatsforwork.com.
Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed your break and you got a chance to think about who's that person I want to reach out and touch or encourage or hug or share with somebody. I really, really, really want you to be able to build that sort of energy into your life as you're stepping forward into 2015. Really, how can I touch another life in a meaningful way? How can I encourage someone else? Because I find as we do that, it encourages us. It spurs us on. It helps empower us. And I want you to be so empowered and encouraged and equipped in your life to really live on purpose and with purpose. And with that, Teri, behind the scenes, you asked, I want to ask you a question. So, yes, you may. What question do you have?
Well, so much of what you do is just in helping others, and I've learned so much. But I know 2014 was an amazing year. But 2015, the little tidbits that you have shared, I'm just so intrigued. Can you give us a little sneak peek of what's to come?
Sure. I'm sitting here as you're asking that question going, okay, which piece or pieces
Well, let's start with the money summits.
Okay, so one of the big transitions that I made in 2014 was leaving behind my formal career in finance and as a registered financial advisor and really supporting companies and individuals in that way. And by letting that go, taking that off my plate, I've been able to step into the relationship side of money in a really powerful way. And so what I'm launching in 2015 are my money summits, where I'm really going to be able to bring kind of that practical knowledge that I had as a financial advisor, along with, from the coaching side, the emotional side of money, to really empower and equip people to step into a leadership relationship and position with their money, rather than it being an area that creates discomfort and stress and triggers uncomfortable conversations. Instead, really being able to stand in your relationship in a strong and powerful way so it can support you and your life in what you're looking to build and bring forth. So I'm really, really excited to be launching that and bringing that forward.
It's going to be so incredibly powerful, because so many times the hardcore statistics is that 23.4% of the people just in California are retiring into poverty.
Yes.
That's scary. And it's about having a plan, knowing where you're going, but it's also understanding the money. Because if you don't know where it's coming in, how it's going out, what the value of every hour you are spending is, then you're going to not end up where you want to be. So I'm super excited about this program. I know that you have one coming up in March.
Oh, very good. Yes, March 19th through 21st. And actually, one of the things I'll be launching in January is there are a lot of myths and misunderstandings around money. And I'm releasing a report that's the 7 myths and powerful truths about money. And it's free for anyone that would like it. It's going to be released the second week of January. So I really encourage you to watch for the announcements of that. If you really want to get empowered and understand some of what we think are truths are actually myths about money, so that you can become empowered and equipped. And once you know the truth, really decide how you want to move forward with that new information.
That's going to be powerful. Is there a place that they can make sure to get it? Do you have a sign up somewhere?
Why, I do, Teri. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you asking. Actually, you can go to my website, which is www.yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. There's also a link right there on the Voice America channel page as well. And you can just say, add me to the list. There's a link in the bottom of my page where you can get added in as we release that, which will again be that second week of January. You'll be first on the list to receive that report and information.
All right. I hope you guys got that. We will also, I'm pretty sure, be posting that out. So look for that on Facebook if you're following Rebecca, or on the Voice America channel. I'm thinking that will probably be posted out. It's very important. So there's another thing I'm really excited about, and it's a collaboration with you. Get it done. What does that mean?
You know, so many of us have intentions. And we have goals and things that we'd like to do. And it's so easy to push it off because we can always do it, like someday. And then someday never happens. And that can really hold us back. And so a vision I know that you and I share, Teri, is we really want to move people to action to help them get it done. And so we've put together a weekend that in 2 days, we're going to powerfully move people forward. We are going to get it done. They are going to move into a place of empowerment and action and really step powerfully forward in 2015. And so that's something I can say Teri and I are so much in alignment with, that we want to help you move forward in your life and to take action. So that was the original vision behind Get It Done.
I am super excited about it, because it's all about really focusing in on what's important, and it has the money aspect, the visibility, the branding, and there's a little piece in there that I love doing, and that's putting the videos together, having that message so that you have a 1-minute video, a walk away. So when you say get it done, it means that they're actually going to have things done by the end of the 2 days. Is that correct?
That is correct. And this is a really great opportunity. We keep it very intimate. It's really for those of you entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers that are wanting to get results in your business this year, that you're wanting to shift to the next level. You want an outside opinion in a sense of how you're showing up in the world. How could that connection be made even more powerfully and personalized to you, so you have a personalized roadmap to move to the next level? And you'll get that in 2 days with Teri and I. And there'll be a lot of laughing as well. We like to have fun, but we also really want to deliver serious results for you and what you're looking to bring forward. And if I can add on, because I know not everyone listening is an entrepreneur or someone that has their own business that they're looking to move forward in some way, but you can also have a get it done day or weekend for yourself. And it's really powerful when you bring in another person or a small group and you focus in for a period of time. What is it we want to accomplish? What is it we want to bring forward? And really have a time frame, like this is what we're going to accomplish in the end of today or the end of two days, so that you don't get caught in the someday it has to be perfect. I want to do this, and keep it in that visionary place. When you put a time frame around that and focused attention, it helps you really get results and helps you move forward so that you're not stuck in that someday place. So I encourage those of you who are not entrepreneurs, but are really looking to move something forward in your life, bring in a buddy or two and really focus in, at the end of 2 days, this is what we're going to have done or committed to or stepping into. And we're spending a half hour wondering about this. And then we're just going to get it as perfect as we can in the time allowed and move forward so you can step into action in your life. And that's some of what we're doing in this Get It Done weekend, is really bringing focused attention to move people forward to action.
Oh, I love that. There's a saying that says, done is better than perfect. Mm-hmm. And you can always take and refine something, but if you never get it out there, it's not going to hit the world. You're not going to get the visibility. You're not going to grow your business or your brand or your personal brand. For those that aren't entrepreneurs, if you are looking to change jobs or increase your marketability, you need to get it done. I love that. You have one other thing that I wanted to share, and
sure.
And it's the Women's Empowerment Series, because that's been such an instrumental part of my life and attending this year. Can you share how you're changing it up this year?
Sure. The Women's Empowerment Series is a place where we come together and we can just be. You don't have to put on makeup if you don't want to. You don't need to wear a certain hat or a certain role that you're playing in life. You can really come and be nourished. I don't live stream it. I don't videotape any of it because it's a really safe and sacred space. We gather together live and in person to nourish one another. I bring in great speakers to empower those that are there and equip them from a lot of different modalities and backgrounds, because I really want women coming together to grow in a whole person way. And that's actually how the show was originally founded, was with that vision of bringing that same sort of approach to the international waters, in a sense. So around the world, that we can really come together in community, that I can bring amazing experts together to share their wisdoms and their insights, and that we gather together once a week, breathing, pausing, listening, and learning and growing. And you'll notice at the end of every show, there's a movement to action, because I really want you to move towards action. I want you to take the information, the insights, the ahas, whether it's something we share on the show or something you heard when you paused and listened to yourself, and move into action with that. And that's similar to what we do in the Women's Empowerment Series, is to take a moment gathering together in community to nourish one another, to pause, reflect, listen, take wisdom and insights to help us move forward and impact the world in the way that we're called to impact it, heart by heart, life by life, or community by community.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I'm just, it's been such like I said, an inspiration. The amazing speakers that you bring and the space that you hold, it's for every person. Yes. And there's men in there as well. Even though it's a women's empowerment series, you've been so gracious and opening that up to just, it's all of us coming together. And I just so appreciate that. When is the next one?
Sure. We're actually getting ready to go to commercial break here, so let me answer that really quickly. I know time goes so quickly when we're together talking about things that we're passionate about. The next one coming up will be Spring Forward, which is February 21st. 2015. It will be in the Bay Area, and one of our amazing featured speakers is the lovely Teri Hockett. So we definitely encourage you to lean in and check out that information. Again, on my website, you can find all of the details about that and certainly get added to an event notification list. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment. We're going to step into our commercial break here, and I invite you to lean in again, take a moment to pause and listen and think about what you're leaving behind, what you're stepping forward in, and we'll talk to you in just a moment.
Live up to your fullest potential. This is the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Teri Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Teri helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Teri at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Success starts here. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com. It's your world.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed your commercial break and you got a moment to pause and reflect. And just before we went to our commercial break, we were talking about Spring Forward and the event that's coming up in February that Teri will be a speaker at. And the whole focus of that event is to really help you keep that forward momentum going. We start the beginning of the year with these intentions and this movement, and frequently by February we can get a little bit I don't want to say stagnant, but it starts to feel very familiar to February of last year. And instead, we'd like it to be the February you're wanting to step into, and that's what Spring Forward's about. And I know that you have started supporting entrepreneurs in your beautiful work that you do, Teri, and the presentation that you've put together that you're going to be sharing with us at Spring Forward ties into the new program you're launching. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Oh, I would love to. So what I am launching right now, as of tomorrow, is 6 Keys to Your Career Success. And this is a 6 hours that I work with you one-on-one, in addition to the lot of hours that you're going to be doing homework as well as on my side. And we're diving into personal assessment, perception, what your reputation is, what your golden years you want them to look like, what your personal brand is, and what is your unique value that you're bringing into the world. And then we're creating that marketing message around all of that and then putting things into action. What I have found so many times is that we have pieces of it, or we have a lot of action without all of the thought process behind. So this is, instead of working with one person on a resume here or a personal brand there, put it in all together, because that's where I can really think outside the box and push the envelope, and you start to give yourself, like I said, permission to really expand into your role that you're looking to create.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, and I think you're absolutely right. So frequently we can be more prone to action and less of the thinking, or other times it's the reverse. We can be more prone to the thinking and processing and thinking about doing things and less of the action. So I love that you're combining that together in a really thoughtful way and then walking not for them, but beside them. So nothing gets missed, but we keep moving along in a really practical and strategic way so that every action is getting stronger, more leveraged results for what they're trying to achieve, whether it's in the business world as an entrepreneur or if it's in your career at an organization or you're in a transition, that what you're doing really is leading to where you're trying to go and knowing where you're trying to go. And Teri's an expert in helping you do that. So thank you. So for those of you who are thinking of joining us in February, there's a little preview of some of what you're going to be empowered with during that wonderful event. So we hope that you'll be able to join us and it'll be in the East Bay, California in February. We'd love to see you and have you be a part of that. And then Teri, I know that you have an amazing gift that you've put together for our listeners today. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Certainly. So what I am doing is offering up a 1-hour session at a very reduced rate to really see where you're at and how, whether it's working in my program or how I can connect you with somebody else. Because so many times what we're looking at is, well, I just need visibility. Well, there's a visibility expert. Or I need to get on these kind of shows. How do I do that? And we're not quite sure where that fits in. And so if they send me an email, Teri, Teri, at whatsforwork.com, tell me that you've listened to this radio show, and for the month of January only, I will be setting up 1-hour appointments to really do a deep dive and a little assessment of which area, either in the 6 steps that I have or in a connection that I have that would serve you.
Thank you. Thank you for making that available. And I love that you're coming from a place of let me find the right connections and the right support for you, whether it's my program or some other connections that I have. I think that's really important and really valuable. And I think collaboration is what we need to be leaning into and really bringing forward in our lives, because all of us are uniquely made. We all have different amazing gifts and talents and abilities that are different than the person sitting next to you or than your neighbor. And when we can tap into our respective strengths, it's amazing what we can create and bring forward in our lives. And one of the things that I did want to share that I'm stepping into more and more and more, and some in 2014, but in 2015 and beyond, are really bringing together experts in a collaborative way to support all of you. So I will be continuing to bring amazing experts to share their wisdom and insights to you on the show. And actually in January, that same week that I shared with you that the Money Myths article will be coming out, I actually have a group of experts that have come together and put together videos and multimedia things and books and reports and messages and analysis tools and private coaching time to really empower you in your life, to be empowered, to be equipped. And it's over $3,000 worth of value, and it's all free. And our goal is to really help you keep that forward momentum going. So just watch for that opportunity. You'll notice it on Facebook. If you want to make sure you're on the list, just send me a quick email and I'll make sure to add you. We really want to equip and empower you to move forward in your life on purpose and with purpose. And I want to hear from you. I really want this show to support you. So send me messages. Let me know what sort of experts you would like to hear from, what sort of gifts and tools will be supportive to you in your daily life so you can move forward in the way they are called. And then I encourage you to remember our free radio show, Empowerment Gifts. If you're listening to us on the Voice America channel, if you're watching us on the screen, you can look over to the right-hand side. You'll see radio show gifts. click on that link. You'll see lots of wonderful supportive tools and opportunities for you. And then also, if you go to my website and you hit the radio show tab, those of you that are listening to the replay, you can click on the radio show tab, and in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see free radio show gifts. So that's www.yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. You'll click that radio show tab in the left-hand corner. You'll enter your name, email, address so we can stay in touch. And a world of gifts, including gifts from Teri, will open up to you on this page. So I really encourage you to lean into that, to be proactive in really what's going to support you in bringing your message forward, bringing your gifts forward, and be very conscious and deliberate about what you're adding onto your plate, and leave some room for some new things, from some new opportunities that come along, so you have that space to add them in without the plate getting too heavy. Because you are invaluable. You are a treasure. You are needed in our lives, in the life of every person that you touch. And we want to see you shine. So as we leave 2014 behind and we're stepping into 2015, remember to always, always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. We'll look forward to talking to you in 2015.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.